Thank you for joining us. This is Trinity Squad Gaming with your hosts, Jocelyn,
John,
and Dan, and welcome to another week of Flighters Monday! Make sure if you want to submit your lists, you can submit them on the comment section below or check out our Patreon page if you want to have list priority. You just got to become a patron and you can submit a list and we'll fly it at our next time we make one of these videos. I'm on the left flying Atannii Friends by Bjorn Maul. I've got the Gonsfinesman and the G1A Starfighter at 27 points, flying at pilot skill 5 with the Atannii Mindlink and Boba Fett. We've got a Concord Dawn Ace, 25 points, and the Protectorate Starfighter, also at pilot skill 5 with the Atannii Mindlink and the title. We've got Black Sun Ace at 24 points and the Kirax Fighter with Atannii Mindlink at pilot skill 5. And rounding it up, we've got a Tensari Pilot Veteran at 24 points in the Sick, pilot skill 5 with the Atannii Mindlink, the Heavy Title, and the Mangler Cannon.
and I'm on the other side flying dARClighters by the Big EB 2589. We got Nora Wexley at 40 points, pilot skill 7, and the ARC 170 with Push Limit, Tail Gunner, R2D2, the title, and Vector Thrusters. We got Biggs Darklighter in the OGX wing, pilot skill 5 with R4D6, integrated astromech. And we got Braylon Stram, 34 points, pilot skill 5 in the ARC with Gunner, R3A2, the title, and Vector Thrusters.
So let's talk about Dan's list first. What do you think of Bjorn's list with Atannii Mindlinks, but 4 separate different ships?
So, for all the people who have been watching our Flylist videos, I really like Atannii Mindlink.
Yeah.
So that was a big plus for me. Also, after placing the ships down on the table, I realized how different each ship's dials were, and I just was already starting to get a headache. But that being said, I do like having the flexibility of having 4 different options of how to fly, and like kind of forcing John to pick one of them and go from there. So it's pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah, it's cute.
And then, John, on your side, you have 2 of your new favorite ship, the ARC, plus Biggs. What do you think of this build as opposed to your triple ARC build or any other builds?
So I want to start off by saying I've personally never been a fan of Biggs, just because every time I fly him, he's basically a ship whose sole purpose is to die. And whether he buys enough time for his teammates or wingmen to deal enough damage and hopefully take out their list is up to dice and all of that. But it's just a personal thing. I've never really liked Biggs, but this list is very interesting. I like the Nora because Nora's great. I like the Stress Hog with Braylon.
And
Biggs,
against Atannii Mindlink, you stress one of them, you stress all of them.
Yeah, that's
exactly
huge. Super huge.
Biggs is doing big things. I know he's really good. It's just whether Biggs can do his job. The only thing I'm worried about, though, is whether the rest of the list has enough power to push out enough damage. Because other than 2 of his ships, his other ships are relatively beefy.
Yeah. The Starfighter and
the G1A,
the
Scum B-Wing,
yeah,
and the Kirax, pretty beefy.
The Kirax, you'd be surprised at how quickly it will just die because it's just 2 green dice with no tankiness, no evades, no anything.
Well, 1 green dice with no evades, and then 2.
Dice. Oh yeah. Well, no, Gonsfinder has an evade. It has evade action.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
But yeah, so
are you able to hit Norm?
Biggs? Biggs is just a little far out. I was able to get 2 shots onto Nora with really good dice from my Kirax and my Gonsfinesman. I was able to just do 6 damage, so I hit with all of my dice.
Yep.
All right. So with the people out there, having trouble with Biggs, Dan, would you suggest this strategy against Biggs? Split up if you can, split up your list down the middle like that, mow the lawn, and try to hope for a situation like this where it's all right, if 2 things get to hit Biggs, at least the other 2 are able to not hit Biggs, or do you just want to focus fire?
Here's the thing, is that because of the way that X-Wing works and how your ships are always moving forward, there can be these situations where there's one turn where I don't have to shoot Biggs, but then the next turn it's going to be very likely that I have to shoot Biggs.
Right.
So in order to take advantage of not shooting Biggs, you have to be able to. I mean, you'd really honestly want to just kill the ship you're shooting at.
Right.
But because they're the arcs, they're not going to be able to be killed. So it just, and then Nora has regen.
Yeah.
So that's also a pain in the butt. But yeah, so if you can erase a ship with Biggs not being there, then yeah, that's great. That's the best thing you could ever hope for.
Yeah.
But a lot of the times you're not able to do that, and it just creates this issue of, okay, I put this damage on this dude, and now I don't get to shoot that person anymore.
Yeah.
And it's just really frustrating.
Your best case scenario is if you can't shoot Biggs that turn, great. You don't, whatever. Just shoot the other ship.
Yeah.
But especially in a situation like this, where this turn now pretty much everything's probably going to be in range of Biggs,
Yeah.
try to erase them as fast as you can.
Yep.
Yeah.
So here you see me, I ran in with the sick interceptor here because I wasn't sure if John was going to go for the protectorate or the sick. And so I trying to reduce the amount of guns on the sick by bumping it into the arc, and then I have my protectorate facing the other way and likely just try to run away here. But I have 2 guns that are going to be on Biggs, and rather than taking the focus with them, I want to make sure, I know I'm in range of Biggs, but I just want to make sure I have all the modifications I can on Biggs so my dice will be as good as possible.
Exactly.
And then here I just try to run away because
you don't want to get stressed.
getting double stressed on one of my ships and then a single stress on the other ship, on my other ships, is just frustrating. So I just get the focus because I need to give everybody focuses here.
Agreed.
So I can try to erase Biggs. And then Nora, and I'm getting frustrated already. Nora regens a shield, and I can't shoot her anymore because Biggs
That being
is there.
said, you did do a lot of damage.
Yeah,
to
you
Nora.
got 3 hull.
That's really good. Actually, I'm thinking about it. Is Nora within range 1 of Biggs? Because if not, I could shoot Nora.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But I think we check that after you shoot my sick interceptor. But I get a dice, so I get 4 dice, which is good. You don't know if you have the target lock on it? I don't think you do.
No, I do.
Oh, you do. So you do the whole thing to make it 2 hits and crit. So yeah, I get the 1 additional evade because of the rock, and I just roll exactly what I needed. Spend the focus.
Nice.
No damage.
Yep.
Seems pretty good.
Yeah, with the sick interceptor, that the new heavy title is very needed, but they can still just kind of explode in one hit.
Right. Yeah. I mean, 4 health isn't that much.
No, it's not at all.
Whew.
3 hits, and then I gotta take 2 of them.
Yeah. I mean, if you didn't have that title, you'd have been dead.
Yep.
It's true.
No, I'd have 1.
No,
I'd have 1.
Yeah.
But 2 is a lot more than 1 in a lot of situations with with 3 evade dice. So I'm gonna go ahead and shoot. So I'm shooting Biggs, but I should have checked if Nora's in range 1 of Biggs, but I'm pretty sure it is from here.
I mean, erasing Biggs isn't, necessarily a terrible thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but
Right.
I'd like to just kill Nora if I could.
Right.
And you luckily, I roll exactly what I need to, so you're not allowed to activate R4D6.
Right.
And then you roll just nothing, and it's just brutal. That's what you don't want to see with Biggs is hit, crit.
Yeah.
You exactly don't want to see that because then it just ruins your day.
Right.
And then 1 crit, so 2 dice here. But then you can you just
Then I blank out.
Yeah, but then integrated.
eject the droid, so you're still alive, which is perfect. Well,
Oh.
less than perfect for what you'd want.
Right.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
And
Because
I
this is
still
what
have the-
turn 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. My dice have been pretty hot. Target lock because I need to.
Hit
And I
crit.
just roll
That's
it.
it, right? No, through a rock.
Through a rock,
Through
so
a
he
rock.
can roll perfect. And
Or I
range
can
3.
roll 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what happens if you roll bad. If you roll bad with Biggs, he just kind of dies. That being said, that is, 6 more health on Nora, effectively.
Yeah.
Right?
Effectively, yeah.
Plus regen. Yeah, 6 plus your 2 regen.
It's 6 more
Silly.
hull, but you also kind of have to think about it like turn-wise.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now based on where you're going to go with your ships, my ships are kind of out of position to shoot Nora next turn.
Yeah.
And you go ahead and stress out the Protectorate because, why not? And everything else gets stressed because Atannii Mind Link.
Atannii Mind Link. Hey, they're friends. They like sharing.
Yeah, they do. One gets stressed and then they all want to get stressed. So here it's like, do I take the crit or do I get a double stress? And I figure, I take the crit. And I'm just hoping that it's not like turns are red. Because then I would just lose.
Well, loose stabilizer, all whites are red.
Yeah, but I can just do 2 hards and be fine forever.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
Because all you do is
Yeah.
Because you're an
hard.
interceptor.
Yeah. But the issue here then is if I do just do the 2 hard and then flip my loose stabilizer, I'm going to get stressed again from Braylon because of your positioning.
Right.
And then vector thrusters coming in handy.
Because at this point, it's either the Protectorate or the Sig. I need to kill one
Okay.
of them.
yeah.
Yeah, they're both at the lower health.
Yeah.
And you have a lot less dice now than you did to kill something.
Yeah, so, I mean, like, even with it, this turn's tough for Nora, though, because all your ships are coming in, and depending where they go, she might not be able to, even get past the traffic jam.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Potential traffic jam. Starting to look more like a traffic jam.
Yeah.
Man.
And I go ahead and get a... Keep
Also-
the stress on
Oof.
this guy.
Also didn't know where you were going with this G1.
Yeah.
Although with a one straight bump, you could just arc dodge everything, right? You bump
Not
your own ship.
One straight bump, the Kirax has a range 1 with a target lock on
Yep.
him.
Oh, okay, maybe
Yeah.
that's...
Yeah.
Yeah, and then probably too hard from the Protectorate. I'm taking
Yeah,
that
too
as
hard
well.
away.
Mm.
Or I'm turning
Too
in
hard
to get guns on something,
Right.
and then I can just focus here. I'm basically saying, yeah, I'm going to get double stressed.
Yeah.
Here, I'm just going to give everyone a focus. Because
Oh,
that's what I need to do here. I need
that-
to give
Mhm.
give modifications.
Then
Right.
on one slide towards Dan, you would bump the
So I did a 2 slight here because I was thinking regen because
Mhm.
I'm at low health.
yeah.
Yeah.
But one slide or 2 slide, they both do the same thing effectively.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see. Okay.
Right?
Yeah. No.
Most likely you'll be bumping
Since the tempo's
into
down.
Braylon
But of course,
either way.
I mean, yeah, so here I'm taking 2 shots, but I regen a shield.
Yep.
Yeah. But the other thing, if I had read you correctly, maybe a 2 hard up the map bump into the Kirax wouldn't be terrible.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
take the range 1 from Protectorate, but that's 1 less attack.
Yeah, that's true. So 2 in your bumps, so no mods and no evades, so
Damage.
Gon Sideman loses 2 shields.
Yeah.
That's what it kind of does, though. It
You
just
didn't-
kind of sits there and takes the damage if it can, or when it can.
You didn't want to try to attack like the Kondon, the
Protectorate.
Protectorate,
Oh,
or the Curex fighter.
so here's the thing with the Conquer Dawn ace. It's got that title.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So it makes it so much harder to kill.
At
Average
range 1.
average dice equal 2 evades and a focus, and I have a focus token.
It's real good at range 1. With the title, it's real
Mhm.
good at range 1. And if it has auto thrusters, also real good at range 1 and range 3.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
and then
Yeah.
range 2 is that band of range that where it just kind of is bad,
Yeah.
and that's
It's hard when you only have 1 range to work with, and you got really good dice coming from Dan.
Yeah, my dice are kind of insane this game so far. I just do a range 1 on Braylon. Or no, this is on Nora from the
on
Kirax,
Nora,
and I just
yeah.
take it out. I'm able to just put all my guns down on it.
Yep.
Another major. Just throwing all those crits away.
Well, at least you got your Braylon. You could double stress. It's gonna be really
Actually-
hard, but I think you could come back.
The Braylon double stress here seems really good because if all my guys are stressed, which here they are,
Yeah.
my maneuverability turns to absolute, just pretty much garbage.
Right. Because the
Um,
greens on anything but the Protectorate is pretty bad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's just like and you're facing in a way where you are going to go past me, and I'm not going to be able to turn around because I'm stressed with everything.
Yeah.
So,
So
it's,
you're in a really, really good position.
So
here.
I have, however much time there is to do lots
Yep.
of damage to your list.
Yep, and so you're shooting the one from behind. So you got the title to a crit, and then you get gunner.
Yep.
And then double stressing it
Yep.
because
More
yeah,
stress. More stress. Not a very good roll, first one.
Yeah, not a
and
very good one. The
Well,
second
you
one.
got-
Sup, yo? 3 more eyeballs.
Yep.
And you got an evade in there, right? Or yeah.
Yeah, I had an evade token on the
Yeah, so.
Tensari. Yeah, and I mean I don't disagree with that shot. I mean it's 3 range. It's effectively the same thing either way, right? I have an
Yeah.
evade token, but I only have 1 evade token on the sick, and I have 2 protectorate title triggers if you're shooting at me range 1 primary.
Right.
So, and you do a green maneuver every remove 1 stress, and then you're supposed to Braylon.
I'm supposed to Braylon, but I
Forget about it. But actually, I'm okay. Like, your positioning there just is great. Because there's no way I can get my guns on you.
Yeah.
Right.
Unless I somehow bump you with the Gons Finesman, and then have the Kirax bump the Gons Finesman. So maybe that's what I should have done. I should have moved the Kirax first. But I think here I was trying to get actions.
Or you were just trying to get everything out of... Oh, no, because I have a back arc. So
Yeah.
That kind of...
Did you focus? Did you forget to focus everyone?
No, that's an evade because of the back arc.
Oh, I see.
And then the Kirax is bumping Braylon, so he's going to definitely... So that's the protection for the Kirax here.
Yeah.
But I think maybe it would have been better is bump the Kirax into the Gons Finesman, get the range 1, and then shoot you.
Yeah.
With a focus from the Protectorate. Unless I can barrel roll here to get out of the arc, because if I barrel roll here, it's all upside for me.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, here's the other thing, right? I have to kill 3 ships to win at this point.
It's true.
So if you just don't take any damage for the rest of the game, you win.
It's very true.
So letting the Gone Finesman, who has currently the most health right now, take the damage isn't terrible.
Nope. I agree. Yeah. And then everyone gets a stress again because Stress Hog and a Mind Link. 1 evade dice takes 1.
1 evade.
I mean, he rolled 2 hits, so he's gonna hit with my 1 evade die. Oh, I could have spent the evade.
Yeah,
but I decided not to get gunnered. Yeah, I don't want to get gunnered. So.
Yeah, no.
Alright, then I gotta think about how I'm gonna order these all. 2 hard in, following the Protectorate.
I mean, yeah. Only thing I can follow at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then also, the Sick is turning around the rock.
Yep.
So.
But the Sick has a barrel roll, so if I'm able to do...
Like
but I think it's like a 2... green, it isn't too hard. You know, it doesn't have a too hard green.
No.
And Braylon triggers, so you go down to 1 stress total. Because I believe you're at 2 there.
Yeah.
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 And then the white maneuver, removing a stress.
But if I had Braylon last turn, I might be down to 0.
Yeah, and you could get an action. Or no, you
bumped.
You bumped.
But I wouldn't be...
Stressed.
And
then I go ahead and just run with the Gons Finesman, give everyone a focus.
Mm-hmm.
Too slight, because the dial on the Kirax is actually the worst dial on the whole board for my side. I prefer the Gons Finesman dial than the Kirax dial. Because it doesn't have a 1 straight. It has 1 slights and 1 hards. It's the worst. And then I didn't read you. I thought you were going to... I don't know what I was thinking you were going to do, but if I would have... For this move, it was either a 2 slight away or a 2 hard towards me. And I think the first thing I had dialed was a 2 hard towards me, but then I was like, oh no, he's going to go that way. But I just didn't.
But did you sloop?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I saw some turning, and it was like,
Yeah, when I slid it across the map, it rotated. And I barrel roll into range 1.
Seems good.
Whew.
So, range 1 with the Sick is the same as a Mangler, so you just Mangler. Spend the focus and turn it into a crit, because the Mangler.
And a focus.
1 shield.
Yep.
And that's my only shot. Now he gets to shoot either the range 3 there or range 3 backwards. Both of them have a focus. Yep, so he's shooting at the Protectorate.
Man.
Yup, because, damaged.
Yep. Dropping dice.
Ooh,
Dropping dice.
Already
Lots of
2
dice.
hits?
2 pain at least.
Yeah.
Range 3, so I'm going to get auto thrusters. And I don't want to take a crit. And I'm hoping for 1.
Auto thrusters.
But I think I can just get away with auto thrustering here.
Yeah.
And I mean, I get the 2nd stress, but then you're kind of committed to following me from now on.
Right.
And then 1.
And I'm not too scared about the Kirax or the G1A just because they're on the other side of the board.
They're so out of position. And then the Tensari, the
Sick can follow me.
Not as well as you think, because the greens greens are not very good.
What are the greens?
It can attempt to follow me, and I'll just shoot it out the back.
Yeah. I believe it has the 1 slights are green, the 1 straight is green, the 2 straight. I think it's the same greens as the arc, but then has a 3 straight green. I think. I actually don't remember.
That's really
exactly.
good.
No, I think.
But it doesn't have the 2 hearts. 2 hearts is what it needs to be amazing.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a TIE fighter.
Yeah. So it's not exactly an interceptor, even though it's called an interceptor.
Green 2 hearts.
No, it doesn't. Not the original TIE fighter.
Oh, yeah.
No,
okay.
it does not.
Yeah.
Yeah, the TIFO does.
Yeah.
That's the TIFO dial is super good. Yeah, so that's right. The SICK doesn't have a 1 straight. It just has 1 slight screen, 2 straight, 2 slight screen, and the 3 straight screen. Mm-hmm. So 2 of my ships just don't have 1 straights. The SICK and the Kirax, but my dial for the Interceptor is just better because it has more greens.
Right.
But yeah, and then the Kirax is just gonna be by itself over here, gonna get stressed every turn, and it's gonna take forever for me to catch back up with the Braylon. And I know from experience that I was just so frustrated at this point. I mean, yes, I'm ahead, but I was having such a hard time. Like, okay, how am I gonna catch this thing? I can't turn fast enough. I was just like, I should just die. Just let my Protectorate die so I can just not be stressed anymore. Until next turn, you're too hard and you stress me again.
How do I win more?
And then stress. Well, so then I get Damage Engine. My 2 hearts are now red.
And you got Loose Stabilizer.
And I got Loose Stabilizer. So my just maneuvers are just bad on everything. And then Loose Stabilizer, because I'm assigned the stress token from my white maneuvers, I give my stress to everybody. So I can't do hard maneuvers. And if I do slight white maneuvers, then everyone gets stressed again. It's great. It's great time. That being said, I mean, so yes, it's me trying to win more, but also, in my opinion, it's still my game to lose. I want to be as efficient as I possibly can. I want to make it as hard of a game for you, even though you're already in a bad position. I still want to fly perfect, right? That's what I strive to do. Is I always want to fly as well as I can, no matter what the situation is.
Right.
And so I'm just trying to figure out how am I going to catch this thing at this point. And so far, it's not going too well.
Did you just too hard?
I just too hard with the Kirax, and it's just white, and I'm just going to stay there.
I think it's just faster.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I'm like, I'm just going to start doing 2 hards and I'm just going to be always stressed with this guy down here. But I took the target lock like a million turns ago, so I have it for a rainy day.
Well, as long as you have another ship that could just relieve stress each turn, your Kirax with 1 billion stress could just have his focus.
Yep.
Well, the Kirax only gets, if it's not being shot at, it only gets 1 stress.
Yep.
Because of Atannii.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So any ship that's not being shot at
just stays at 1.
Yeah. Don't have to worry.
Yep.
Okay.
And then he's shooting at the SICK at the back, and I don't want to take a crit, but I also don't want to get the SICK double stress, because if I do,
so
then
it
it
just...
Yeah, so I did a blinded pilot. So, because of the pilot skill difference, Braylon being a 3, Braylon shoots after the 6 opportunity to shoot. And so now I have to wait till this turn to flip blinded.
Yep.
If the pilot skill was any different, then it would make it would have been so much better. But nope. I'm like, okay, cool. My plan is I'll just too hard with the SICK here and get a shot. Well, not anymore.
Nope.
Get blinded. But then my Protectorate is pretty much exactly where I want it to be, right near blind spot. And then I bump here with the Findsman. So that's 2 ships you can't double stress. And then here I think I do a 2 slight green because I gotta remove stress somehow.
Barrel in. Get out of the arc.
I don't think it's out of arc. Even if I barrel back and towards my side.
Well, barrel back will be just out of range.
Back and towards the top of the map. I didn't think of that.
Oh.
I could have done that and been out of range, but I don't fly interceptors. I don't fly ships with repositioning very often. But range 3, stress everyone out. Yay, fun! Double crit. Nice.
Double crits.
So I have to evade 2 shots here.
There you go.
I gotta spend the focus, and I save the evade because you only have 2 dice on me. Mm-hmm. So I only have to roll 1 evade or you just blank
and
out.
Blanks.
But I should be double stressed here on the SICK.
Which you will.
Yep, there you go. Yep. And I got no more shots this turn.
Ugh, and the 6's not gonna...
The 6 is kind of stuck over there. But I can just do it 2 hard and then just...
I mean, it's almost there.
Yeah, it's almost there. My ships are finally catching up to the Ark, the slowest ship. Well,
it's not the slowest.
It's not.
It's not the slowest.
Its dial is probably one of my favorite dials in the game.
There are better.
Yeah. And so I'm kind of stuck here, and you're going to be shooting him. So, and I was thinking about doing the 2 slight the other way, but I didn't think it was going to clear the rock.
Yeah.
And I thought you were actually going to do a straight maneuver or something here. So I just focused to give everyone a focus. I'm expecting the Conquered Dawn to just kind of die here this turn. Or make it such a tempting shot that you don't shoot at the sick again.
Ah.
And then I have 1 slight, don't have a barrel roll, so I would just probably evade.
2 slight.
2 slight!
Release stress.
Woo.
Yeah.
Are you in range?
I hope so.
I think so. Looks close enough.
So those are my target. So I target locked with the Gons Finesman. That's what I did. Because I just want to save it for a rainy day. Because
What?
if I eventually get a shot with it, I want to have some modifications, even though it's probably going to be double stress. So I'm going to take the range 3. No, possibly rock. Target lock because I had it from a while ago.
Well, it looks like John has 3
And
dice.
I'll spend one of my
in his
focuses.
hand.
Seems good.
So on a rock.
Range
or pass
3
rock.
through a rock. Yep.
One evade.
2 shields. Yeah, your dice are not acting very well for you this game, John.
Well, I mean, one evade on 3 green is average.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, there's other situations where it would have been nice to
But
roll
yeah,
1 evade,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And those kind of snowball. I get the range 3 from the Mangler, hit crit into Paul.
Console
Console
fire.
fire.
Oh man.
And you have more than 1 stress there, so probably
Yeah.
going to trigger Console fire at least once here. And then, yeah, you're going to take the range 1. I don't get the title trigger because you're not in my primary arc. And then you go ahead and stress the whole crew. And it's 4 dice, too. It's nice.
Ooh.
Yeah,
So
just
2.
2.
Two
Yeah.
hits.
Because
I
I'm
gotta
stressed,
roll.
so no
Mhm.
actions.
And I
And
rolled the
evades.
evades. Oh, what a jerk.
Well, but then even with average dice,
Yeah,
you have your focus,
average
you
dice
do
I
the-
survive. But then he gets Gunner.
Ah.
Yeah, and so he gets 3 hits on this one. And now I have 2 evades. I don't have an evade, so I take 1. I survive.
Dang,
Yep.
man.
Yeah, what a jerk. I don't know who this guy on the left is rolling these dice. That's not how it's supposed to happen. What about taking your gunner shot on the sick here? And then double stressing the 6 so it doesn't have an action.
Ah.
But then either way, I can give it a focus. Like,
Yeah.
that's not an issue for this list. That's why I like Atannii, because, like, as long as one of the ships gets to take an action, all of them have a focus at least.
Right. Yeah.
And so that was for the Braylon remove stress, but it didn't work.
Nope.
50-50.
I think
Yep.
so far, yes.
You
I think
did
you removed
twice.
1 stress. Did you remove a stress? I don't
I
remember.
removed 1 stress.
Yeah.
1 stress.
And I do a 1 slight here because I don't know where you're going, and this opens up my arc.
Yeah.
Biggest.
Seems good.
And I
Yeah,
can
with Mangler at
target
range
lock.
3 is
It's
Still-
still
Yeah.
good.
yeah.
As long as it doesn't go through a rock or anything.
2 straight, gonna focus to give everyone a focus. Or no, probably target lock, yeah.
Fly my
Oh
arc
yeah,
around.
since you got arc.
Fly
Yep.
my arc around.
man.
I didn't even notice I ended
I'll-
up doing this.
All the pieces are coming together.
And I'm able to land on a rock here.
What? Oh.
Yep. It was a smidgen. It was
Oh,
so
I see
the
it.
amount that it was on the rock was so small that I couldn't. If I laid the ship onto the rock with the template there, the ship would just fall off and not be in the template properly. And then, Protectorate flies past and gives everyone the focus.
Nope. Still was stressed.
Oh yeah, so that's right. So I don't have the focus here.
Oh.
And
You
I
forgot.
I forgot about the double stress. Yep, you see
Yeah,
it. I
yeah.
see it. I'm like, oh, I was double stressed. This is the worst.
The Dan head shake.
Yep. And it's like, yeah, I'm still ahead of Console Fire.
Well, I mean, let's see. If you 2 slight, you're still on the board. And then I don't think.
you know what? I didn't actually think about that. I didn't think if I was just dead next turn.
Well, he could still too hard and.
No,
go
he
too
can't.
Straight,
I
yeah.
can't because reds.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. No, even if he
I
2
just
slights,
saw
he's
the
still on the
damage
board.
engine,
Right?
yeah.
So then he 2 slights. He's not going to be double stressed because I can't shoot him this
Yep.
turn.
Yeah. 2 slight. Well, I don't know if the 2 slight makes it. I just thought I had. If I 2 slighted, I'd have no stress this
Well,
turn.
you could 2 slide and barrel roll.
I don't think I can. It's really close if the 2 slight towards the bottom of the map makes it.
I think you're in.
Yeah.
I think so.
But I got a really good roll, and I think that's just it. Yeah, because
Yeah.
one of 8
Yeah,
dice.
because I have 1
Yeah.
dice. Yep.
Yeah, my dice were insane this game. Yeah, so that's it. I take it 100-0.
Well, all right. Let's review. Dan, John, what would you do to kind of make this list a little bit better, or how would you fly it differently, or if you have any suggestions for
I don't know if I flew. So I don't have a lot of experience with Biggs, so I
Mhm.
don't actually know if I flew him right. I flew him as well as I think I could have.
yeah.
The other thing is, maybe I should have flown Nora a bit differently.
Yeah.
Maybe instead of flying her with the group, start her off farther away, coming from the side or something.
I don't know if I agree with that, because then I could just put all my guns on Nora and Biggs wouldn't help. Right? Like, I was able to put damage on Nora the first turn this game anyways. I think, if anything,
you placed before Nora, so I knew where all your ships were. And
right, but I could still force you to either put Nora into formation or have her die.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's... But if you force me to do that, then it just... she's part of the formation anyways. And it forces you to do one game plan versus I don't know what you're doing.
That's fair.
Yeah. Biggs tried to do Biggs things, didn't work. The thing I would suggest, though, is I don't know if this list has enough... Again, I don't know if this list has enough power to push through damage.
You have essentially 2 support ships. You have Biggs, which draws other people's fires, and you have Braylon, which is essentially the new Stress Hog, and you have 1 Tenpole. Your Nora. So but your Tenpole is also a regen. Does it still have enough impact to cover 2 support ships to take out the rest of the list?
So yes, I had push limits, so there were turns where I could have gotten the target lock focus to do Nora things. That being said, with Biggs there, I don't know if, and assuming Biggs can do Biggs things, I don't know if R2D2 is needed.
Yeah.
Maybe you just put Cal Katarn BB-8 or something and just try to push more damage.
Yeah.
Maybe? I don't know.
It's possible. I like that Nora build. The only issue is that the very first round of firing, you spent your lock to add a focus to do damage. I think maybe you would have been better off saving the lock to add the focus for a defense.
Yeah.
Because you had the focus still,
Right.
I think. No, you didn't, because you spent it. I think you just needed to save it for defense because of the range differences between the ships.
Right.
Besides that, I think like you were saying, yeah, your Biggs flying was as good as it could have been. If anything, your initial placement of Biggs might have been a little off. You tend to want to lead with Biggs, so that the ships behind it are always out of range or always in range, and Biggs is in front, so he always has to take the shots, so they last longer. Until the turn you want to run him away, and then I have to either chase him and kill him, or kill the ships that haven't been touched yet. If anything, that was the only thing you could have done differently with Biggs. Also, Biggs just didn't do any damage. Like he can do damage because he's still rolling 3 reds. Just your dice were just not very good this game.
Yeah.
On the key turns right in the beginning, your dice kind of just did nothing, and that's really upsetting for a rebel player.
Right.
I know from experience.
I also couldn't test out the tail gunner on the Nora at all.
Yeah, this is the first time where I didn't see you force the...
no, it's me. I forced the tail.
He forces the tail.
I would have been like, okay, I'm in this position. I'm going to get shots next turn. K-turn.
K-turn,
tail gunner, let's get there. No, yeah, just like, if Nora would have lasted a turn or 2 longer, then you could have. But the issue is the turns that mattered, the one where I was able to sneak 6 damage through onto Nora.
Yeah, that was
for free.
Right.
Yeah, it was just, it just didn't come, the dice didn't do your list any favors.
Right.
Yeah. And then Dan, on your side, granted you were up against a list that kind of had a counter towards yours with the Stress Hog. What would you suggest changing this list, or what would you fly differently?
So I really like this list. I mean, yeah, it's kind of hard on your head when you have 2 ships that just don't have the one straight, and you're used to flying ships with one straight. That being said, I do like the flexibility that each ship gives. I like the Mangler. I mean, I would love to see an HLC on the SIG, but there's just not the points for it. But the Mangler is actually really good. It put a lot of weight, put crits through when I needed to. The Protectorate is still the Protectorate. I'm starting to understand how to fly it now, and it's great. I love Atannii. The Gans Feynman was actually he just did a lot of damage.
Yeah.
And that was great.
I was surprised by that, too.
It's a B-Wing that just, I also, my dice were insane.
Right.
And then the Kirax, it's one of my favorite little pet ships. I flew the 5 Kirax Swarm at one of the store championships. That was a lot of fun. They knife fight like crazy. They want to get into range 1, just 1 hard all day and just stab you. So that was sweet. The only thing I did notice in this matchup is that the Stress Hog and the Atannii Mind Link actually made this game not very fun for me to fly. Like, I was having this issue of I was just having a negative play. Like, I was winning and I was ahead, but I was so frustrating to just get my guns on target. I was like, oh my god, this is insane. I was like whining and complaining, and John's like, well, you're still winning. I'm like, I know, but this sucks. It sucks so hard to deal with that. Like, especially with there's the one ship that has the green too hard, making it a red too hard. It's just salt in the wound.
Yeah.
This is probably the only times I'll complain about winning, but oh my god, that was
and also you
frustrating.
got your loose stabilizers.
So I couldn't white. I couldn't white because not only do they stress my ship, they stress my friends, and it's just that was one of the most frustrating games I've ever flown, and I was still, and it was oh god, that was terrible. That being said, the list is still sweet, and you should try it if you want to give yourself a headache.
Thank you, Bjorn and Big EB, for those lists. They were great. And don't forget, if you want to submit lists, just put them down in the comments below or on our Patreon page. Just be a patron. Links to Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, all that good stuff, all down below. Don't forget.
Fly loose!